Hey, what up guys? I'm Laughlin and this is Laughlin Out Loud.
There's no wait till it's too late. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let go. We're gonna ride till we find the light. We'll always be where the dark resides. In the middle.
Alright, so I have a confession to make. I wasn't able to finish the rest of the editing for my London footage, so this week I decided to bring you guys 5 things I noticed about European soccer. So let me just start this out by saying I'm taking my experience from 2 different European soccer games. The first was when I went to the Derby, which is like the rivalry match between Angers and Nantes back in France. And the second was this past time in Austria when we went to go watch Austria Vienna beat the crap out of a Slovakian team from Trnava in PKs. It was sweet. Okay, so number 1, they call it football. And it's always a little bit awkward when you're trying to be nice and because you know they're European and you call soccer football, but they know you're American, so they call football soccer, and it's just a funny little mess. Number 2. Okay, so number 2, the security is way different than it is here. Like here, it's really weird because it's almost like going through the airport, you know, they check your bags, you can't bring food or anything into the stadium. Things like that, you know, and it's once you get inside, there's also security just kind of walking around. There's always event staff, and if you're too belligerently drunk, they always kick you out, right? Doesn't work like that in Europe. In Europe in general, they're a lot more alcohol friendly for the most part. So when I went to France, there's these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle looking dudes walking around, just the buffest dudes you've ever seen. There's a whole bunch of them. It's riot police everywhere. I had a Subway sandwich and I was tripping because I did not think they would let me in, but like I gotta bring my sandwich in, but then there's these huge security guards everywhere. There was actually a fence to separate the Nantes fans from the Angers SCO fans. Just it's wild how much energy they have, just because like you think like these people are a lot more refined, you know? Refined. When I went through security in Trnava, they actually took a picture of my face and they took my ticket, wrote my name down, patted me down like 3 times. They searched through my buddy's bag like 4 times. It's insane. Which brings me to number 3. So the reason they're doing all that is because 1, they want to keep people safe, but 2, they're trying to keep people from bringing flares in because for some reason that's a thing. People bring flares. Both games I went to, there was a flare within 50 feet of me. It honestly just baffles me. I have no idea where you would hide a flare. Actually, correction, I have nowhere, I cannot think of anywhere comfortable to hide a flare. They're nuts, man. They're absolutely nuts. I don't get it. Like, check out this guy right here. This back home, they would be on the ground and out of the stadium. I mean, I don't blame them because the game was insane. It literally came down to the very last PK where our goalie blocked it and we won. It was absolutely awesome. They're throwing things at the cops and the cops just don't even care. It's insane. I love American football. American football is a great passion of mine. I love playing it, I love watching it. But holy cow, I would not do any of this stuff. I think part of it is because like if you did half the crap they do there in an American stadium, you'd be kicked out so fast, like you wouldn't be able to blink twice. And the riot police were literally surrounding our whole section. I don't know if they thought we were gonna cause trouble or they were gonna cause trouble for us, but either way, it was a pretty intimidating environment to be in. Alright guys, and the 5th and final thing that I noticed about European soccer is that it is actually a lot smaller and more local based than you would think. I'm sure we all know about, you know, the PSGs, the Barcelonas, the Madrids, the clubs that have a lot of international appeal, but there's actually a lot of smaller clubs that actually play against them. For example, even Angers SCO, which I bet most of you have never heard about, actually did really well in League 1, and they actually played PSG a few times in League 1. I'd compare going to one of those games kind of like going to a college football game where you get the smaller, more local-based audience, but you can still, you know, the big crowds as well. And the fans seem more passionate, which I feel like there's more passionate fans in college sports. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because college kids are crazy and drunk all the time, kind of like the Europeans. Alright guys, there you go. That's the 5 things that I thought about European football. Thanks guys for watching, and go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below. Laughlin Out.
We're fighting danger like Kung Fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the